I feel like my faith in humanity is restored.
Let's dive into the scandalous side of stardom as we reveal the startling stories of 10 celebrities accused of indecent offenses.
I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it.
Aside from the sparkle and glamour of the red carpet, these celebrities face the grim reality of legal consequences. In a world where fame is frequently used as a shield, these celebrities discovered the hard way that the consequences of their behavior could be just as public as their careers. Let's take a tour inside the dark underbelly of Hollywood's legal maze, where reputations fell and courtrooms replaced the stage. Number 10. James Franco. James Franco, a well-known Hollywood figure, suffered a big shift in reputation in the late 2010. The tipping moment came when stories surfaced accusing Franco of exploiting women at his acting school, Studio 4. This admission was a significant change from his reputation as one of the industry's leading figures. According to numerous sources, Franco allegedly urged his students to perform intimate physical acts in exchange for favors. In addition, rumors indicated that he behaved inappropriately during sensual situations. Despite his reputation as a brilliant actor capable of playing a variety of roles, these claims tarnished Franco's public image. In October 2019, a lawsuit was filed against Franco, escalating the situation. The accusers, two female defendants, claimed that Franco arranged exploitative auditions and film shoots within his studio. Surprisingly, it was claimed that these interactions were recorded, adding a troubling aspect to the allegations. To add to the gravity of the situation, it was discovered that Franco was wearing a Time's Up pin at the time. Time's Up is a movement that fights harassment and supports survivors. Franco's apparent support for this movement sparked a surge of criticism, with many expressing outrage at what they saw as blatant hypocrisy. The action, which sprang from growing charges against Franco, resulted in a settlement in which he agreed to pay little under $1 million. Some interpreted the financial deal as an admission of guilt, but Franco maintained his innocence and persisted in telling his side of the tale. In reaction to the claims, Franco issued a brief statement emphasizing the significance of providing marginalized people a voice. He recognized the need to allow individuals who had been marginalized or overlooked in the past to tell their tales. Despite hinting at his opinion on the subject, Franco chose to be restrained, implying a willingness to let the voices of those impacted take precedence. The consequences of the Franco affair stretched beyond the court settlement. The episode sparked a broader discussion in the business about power dynamics, consent, and accountability. It sparked increasing scrutiny of how women are treated in Hollywood and inspired ongoing attempts to build a safer and more equitable workplace. After a 4-year break due to misconduct charges, James Franco returned to the silver screen and played a key role in filmmaker Bill August's coming-of-age period picture, Me, You. Number 9. Danny Masterson. Danny Masterson and his brothers, Christopher and Danny, rose to prominence in the early 2000s, leaving a lasting impression on the television industry. Christopher rose to prominence for his role on Malcolm in the Middle, while Danny became well known for his character on That 70s Show. Their popularity in the entertainment business appeared to project a sense of accomplishment and admiration. But Danny Masterson's career took a dark turn, overshadowing his on-screen character. When they look back on their early days, they feel nostalgic about their journey to stardom. Christopher Masterson's portrayal of Malcolm in the Middle and Danny Masterson's persona on That 70s Show captivated audiences, positioning them as prominent names in the television industry. During that time, Danny Masterson's character, Stephen Hyde, became an icon for many, adding to the show's cultural effect. However, the idyllic image of Danny Masterson's on-screen triumph clashed sharply with the looming legal difficulties that would cast a pall over his reputation. The turning point came in March 2017, when Masterson was accused of assaulting 3 distinct women. This marked the start of a lengthy and rigorous examination of the allegations and their potential ramifications. The court proceedings lasted several years, and Masterson eventually faced 3 separate counts relating to the allegations. In connection with these charges, the actor was arrested, charged, and paid a $3.3 million bond. Throughout the legal process, Masterson maintained his innocence and pleaded not guilty to the allegations. The trial concluded on May 2023 with a mixed outcome. Masterson was found guilty on 2 of the 3 charges, which is a significant development in the case. Danny Masterson was sentenced to 30 years to life in jail, with an order to register as an offender. The severity of the sentencing highlighted the gravity of the allegations and the implications for Masterson's future. The once celebrated actor's fate had changed abruptly, from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood to a life marked by incarceration and the humiliation associated with offender registration. Masterson's case highlighted the interplay of fame, legal accountability, and societal expectations. While his on-screen character, Stephen Hyde, remained an enduring symbol for many fans, Masterson's personal and professional reputation suffered as a result of the legal snafus. The public, previously captivated by his performances, was now confronted with the mismatch between the mythical world of entertainment and the real-life offenses that resulted in a criminal conviction. Number 8. Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey's fall from grace is a dramatic and rapid drop, converting him from one of his generation's most adored and respected actors to a disgraced figure in the blink of an eye. On October 29, 2017, actor Anthony Rapp accused Spacey of an indecent attack, setting off a spectacular unraveling of his career. Anthony Rapp's admission served as a catalyst, triggering a deluge of allegations against Spacey. The surge of claims portrayed a troubling image of widespread inappropriate behavior, catapulting Spacey into scandal and sparking a slew of criminal charges and lawsuits. The speed with which Spacey's image deteriorated was startling, leaving fans and industry insiders perplexed by the striking contrast between his on-screen presence and the disturbing facts. Spacey's legal problems grew swiftly, with multiple people coming forward to tell their stories of alleged misbehavior. The actor, who had formerly been admired for his talent and variety, became embroiled in a labyrinth of legal issues. He adamantly disputed all claims and pled not guilty, launching a judicial struggle that would shape his future. Spacey's legal situation changed dramatically in May 2022 when he was accused of 4 counts. This was a watershed event in the ongoing legal processes, with 7 additional charges added in November of the same year. The gravity of the matter grew more apparent as Spacey faced the threat of harsh consequences, including jail time if convicted. Amidst the legal turbulence, the actor faced a trial linked to Anthony Rapp's initial claim. In an unexpected turn of events, Spacey was found not responsible in the Rapp case. However, this was not the end of his legal troubles. Additional allegations were brought against Spacey in a UK trial that began in June 2023, and the stakes remained high. To the surprise of many, he was cleared on all counts a month later, adding another layer of complication to an already intricate story. The legal drama took an unexpected turn when the brother of one complainant came forward, claiming that his sibling would never allow Kevin Spacey to engage in the alleged misbehavior. This type of character evidence, unusual in American legal systems, added a fresh dimension to the emerging drama. The nuances of the courtroom drama, along with public scrutiny of Spacey's activities, highlighted the complexities of managing charges of attack through the legal system. As Kevin Spacey's legal challenges unfolded on several fronts, the broader cultural debate over accountability, justice, and the Me Too movement gained traction. The complexities of his case highlighted the difficulties involved in navigating charges of indecent behavior, the impact on the accused and accusers, and the ambiguities of character evidence in court procedures. Number 7. Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein, a well-known movie producer, was formerly considered a celebrity, with his name prominently featured on the Weinstein Company, a film industry behemoth. He was instrumental in the making of film masterpieces like Pulp Fiction and the Best Picture-winning Shakespeare in Love. Throughout late 2017, he was accused by dozens of women, including well-known actors like Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie, and Rose McGowan. These charges of indecent attack prompted a seismic shift, with Harvey Weinstein becoming the first big figure to be taken down by the Me Too movement. The accounts that surfaced created a bleak image of misuse of power in the entertainment business. Gwyneth Paltrow, for example, described an occasion in which she was asked to a hotel room under the guise of a business meeting, only to be threatened with losing her job. The charges included a wide range of heinous behavior, exposing a systemic pattern of indecent misconduct that had long been hidden. In May 2018, Harvey Weinstein faced legal ramifications for his behavior. He was officially charged with a variety of indecent offenses, and the subsequent trial resulted in a 39-year combined prison sentence. The severity of the sentence mirrored the gravity of the offenses he was found guilty of committing. One victim boldly described the anguish she experienced, emphasizing the tremendous impact Weinstein's actions had on her life. The victim's moving statements connected with the profound wounds left by the assaults. "Before that night, I was a very happy and confident woman," she said. "Everything changed after the defendant brutally assaulted me." The haunting testimony highlighted the ongoing anguish inflicted on survivors of indecent attacks, demonstrating the long-term consequences that ripple through their lives. Weinstein's case sparked a bigger cultural movement, encouraging survivors to speak up and share their stories while exposing the ugly underbelly of an industry long shrouded in secret. The once famous movie producer became a symbol of the need for systemic change, spurring a reassessment of power dynamics in workplaces and society as a whole. The story of Harvey Weinstein's fall from grace goes beyond the individual to mirror bigger cultural conversations. Number 6. Young-soo. Young-soo rose to global stardom in 2021 after playing the clever character Oh in the hugely successful Netflix series Squid Game. However, his career took an unforeseen turn when he became engaged in legal issues. Following the Me Too movement, South Korea increased its efforts to address and prevent various forms of misconduct, with Young-soo being the latest figure to face the consequences. Young-soo's prosecution for indecent actions marked the beginning of the judicial saga. The claims arose from an event in 2017, and authorities formally charged the 78-year-old actor in November 2022, after a lady filed a complaint accusing him of unwanted touching. Despite the gravity of the allegations, the available information concerning the case is scant. Court documents are inaccessible owing to legal limits, and authorities have followed a policy of non-disclosure about specifics about the accuser to protect the privacy of crime victims. The lack of transparency has generated speculation and piqued public interest in the details of the occurrence. Young-soo has maintained his innocence and adamantly denied any wrongdoing. Nonetheless, the consequences have been immediate and significant since the allegations were filed against him. The actor was dropped from the cast of a South Korean play called Love Letter. Furthermore, the South Korean Culture Ministry took steps to block the screening of a government commercial featuring Young-soo, recognizing the damage to his character. Young-soo made history the previous year when he became the first South Korean to win a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor. His portrayal in Squid Game earned him both critical acclaim and an Emmy nomination. The dystopian thriller enthralled audiences around the world, showcasing the challenges of South Koreans in desperate circumstances who chose to join in a covert and deadly tournament in the hopes of winning a life-changing windfall. The legal actions against Young-soo demonstrate South Korea's commitment to investigating charges of misbehavior, even when they include persons who have garnered international fame and reputation. The case emphasizes the challenges of managing the convergence of fame, legal accountability, and societal expectations, and it is unclear how the judicial procedure will progress and affect Young-soo's career in the long run. Number 5. R. Kelly. R. Kelly, known as the king of R&B, has made an indelible impression on the music industry, selling over 75 million records. His success places him among the most accomplished artists of the contemporary era, demonstrating his impact and ability. However, this illustrious reputation has been eclipsed by a dark and unpleasant chapter characterized by atrocious behavior that resulted in a prison sentence. R. Kelly's rise to the top of the R&B genre was characterized by chart-topping successes and universal acclaim. His contributions to the music environment gained him a passionate fan base and cemented his status as an industry force. However, the path to fame was not without controversy, and as the years passed, the darker elements of R. Kelly's life surfaced, resulting in a spectacular downfall. Those who have followed R. Kelly's career may recall the controversies from 2000s vividly. During that time, the artist faced prosecution but was eventually acquitted of a serious felony. However, R. Kelly's respite from legal scrutiny was short-lived, as he faced additional and more serious allegations in 2019. This time, the accusations were serious, with 10 counts of aggravated criminal behavior leveled against him. As the judicial processes progressed, R. Kelly's defense team advocated for a comparatively light sentence of around 10 years, claiming that the artist was a victim. This defense, however, did not influence the legal system, which saw through the story and issued a more significant decision. The original charges sparked a series of federal indictments, each revealing a pattern of severe misbehavior. The culmination of these legal challenges resulted in several criminal convictions for R. Kelly, marking a watershed moment in his life and career. The musician, previously recognized for his musical abilities, was now facing the consequences of his conduct. The seriousness of the charges, along with the judicial system's perseverance, resulted in a 31-year prison sentence, a significant and dismal outcome for a once revered figure. R. Kelly's case became symptomatic of a larger awakening within the entertainment business and society as a whole about indecent misbehavior, misuse of power, and victim protection. The discovery of a pattern of immoral behavior stood in stark contrast to the artist's public persona, calling into question the artist's status as a musical legend and emphasizing the significance of accountability. Number 4. Mike Tyson. A name synonymous with boxing prowess, he has always had a multi-dimensional personality that goes beyond his fearsome skills in the ring. Tyson is unquestionably one of the greatest boxers in history, but his career has been tainted by controversy, with one incident casting a lengthy shadow over his legacy. In the early 1990s, Tyson was at the center of a highly publicized trial centered on Desiree Washington's claim of indecent attack. This judicial drama developed against the backdrop of Tyson's just-finished tenure as the undisputed heavyweight champion. The trial captured public attention, providing a stark contrast to Tyson's boxing victories. Tyson's route to fame and success had been unusual. His exposure to the forceful fighting technique that defined his career came at reform school as a result of a string of juvenile offenses, including robbery and assault. Tyson's fists became his fortune within the boundaries of the school, designed to correct his course as he refined the abilities that would propel him to the status of boxing legend. The trial, which featured intensive scrutiny, testimony from emergency room physicians, and allegations from Tyson's own driver, resulted in a guilty judgment. Tyson was found liable for the alleged attack and sentenced to 6 years in jail. However, he spent less than half of his sentence and was released in March 1995. Tyson returned to the boxing ring almost immediately after his release. Tyson's August fight against Peter McNeely was billed as a victorious comeback, signaling to the world that he was truly back in the sport that had defined his identity and career. The contrast between Tyson's legal difficulties and his comeback to boxing highlighted the complexities of his public image. When considering Tyson's legacy, one cannot avoid the paradox of his personality, a fearsome and terrifying boxer on the one hand, and a contentious and flawed individual on the other. His boxing accomplishments are indelible in boxing history, but they are accompanied by the stains of personal scandals that have impacted public opinion. When pondering what one may say to Mike Tyson now, the emotion is one of concern and acknowledgement of the need for assistance. Tyson's actions have had a significant impact on others, including Desiree Washington, and addressing the suffering caused is critical. Expressing Tyson's need for assistance and acknowledging the severity of the wounds inflicted provides a perspective that goes beyond judgment and condemnation. Number 3. Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski's 1974 film Chinatown, a cinematic masterpiece that received 11 Oscar nominations, earned him tremendous recognition. This picture not only confirmed Polanski's place in film history, but also demonstrated his directorial abilities. The plot unfolded in a noir-infused tale set against the backdrop of a dark and labyrinthine LA. Polanski's directing skill and the film's captivating storyline garnered him recognition, establishing him as a key player in the cinematic world. The success of Chinatown demonstrated Roman Polanski's ability to handle complicated narratives while delivering effective storytelling. The film, starring Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway, explored themes of corruption, power, and moral ambiguity, embodying the essence of a noir classic. Against this backdrop of creative accomplishment, few people anticipated that just 3 years later, Polanski's life would take a dark turn, defined by legal issues that would forever alter his legacy. Roman Polanski's personal and professional narrative changed dramatically in 1977 when he was accused of 6 counts of indecent attack against Samantha Geimer. The charges cast a pall over his illustrious career, sparking a judicial battle that would define the public view of the director. In an attempt to settle the case, Polanski agreed to a plea deal in exchange for probation. However, the course of events took an unexpected turn when Judge Lawrence Rittenband announced his desire to reject the agreement and impose a prison sentence. Faced with the potential of incarceration and a lack of faith in the justice system, Roman Polanski made a disastrous decision. In 1978, he went to France, certain that he would not be extradited to the United States. This marked the beginning of Polanski's status as a fugitive, escaping U.S. authorities and living in France to avoid legal consequences. Despite his fugitive status, Roman Polanski managed to gain notoriety in the film industry. The Academy, in particular, recognized him with 2 additional Oscar nods and a Best Director triumph. The contrast between praise and notoriety highlighted the complexities of distinguishing an artist's professional accomplishments from their personal issues. Despite his legal issues, Polanski's artistic achievements remained a focal point. In the years that followed, Roman Polanski's life was marked by 2 distinct narratives, one of artistic achievement and the other of legal evasion. The director proceeded to produce remarkable works, including Tess, a film set against the backdrop of England's lovely countryside. His creative triumphs demonstrated his perseverance as an artist while facing the obstacles of public perception and judicial scrutiny. Number 2. Josh Duggar. 19 Kids and Counting, a TLC reality show that followed the lives of Michelle and Jim Bob Duggar and the 19 children, became extremely famous. However, the show's history took a sad turn with disclosures about the eldest kid, Josh Duggar, who was born in 1998. The show focused on the family's large size, with the surprising reality of 19 siblings at the forefront. The story took a disturbing turn when it was learned that 4 sisters and a family carer had been victims of Josh Duggar's acts. The story first surfaced in May 2015, when In Touch Weekly published an old police complaint revealing Josh Duggar's repeated indecent offenses. Advertisers quickly withdrew their support, and the show was unceremoniously canceled after 10 seasons. The gravity of the matter became clear when the Duggar family dealt with the public backlash from Josh's conduct. The discovery of the sexual offenses shattered the family's carefully cultivated image, and the show's cancellation marked the end of an era in television. The Duggars publicly acknowledged the need for action in light of the alarming facts. Josh Duggar faced a trial and was ultimately found guilty. His sisters, Jill and her husband Derek, have publicly expressed their views on the situation, emphasizing that no one is above the law. The guilty conviction was a watershed point in the ongoing crisis, bringing a feeling of accountability to light. However, the issues surrounding Josh Duggar didn't end with the first scandal. When U.S. Marshals detained him in April 2021, he was hit with a new set of legal problems. The discovery of unlawful material in his possession led to his arrest. Notably, no evidence was discovered on Duggar's own MacBook or iPhone, a point emphasized by his defense. Their belief was that someone else had utilized Duggar's office computer, adding complexity to the court proceedings. The court drama reached a peak in December of the same year when Josh Duggar was found guilty again and sentenced to 12.5 years in prison. The courtroom verdict emphasized the gravity of the charges and imposed significant consequences for Duggar's acts. The entire Duggar family story, represented by the rise and collapse of 19 kids and counting, offers a cautionary tale about the dangers of celebrity and the significant influence of personal choices on individuals and their families. The contrast between a seemingly benign reality show and the brutal reality of court processes emphasizes the intricate interplay between public image, personal accountability, and the repercussions of one's conduct. Number 1. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby, sometimes known as America's father, once reigned supreme as the most popular figure on television. His pleasant demeanor, a strong sense of humor, and distinctive knitwear won him legions of followers. However, beneath the friendly demeanor, a much darker reality existed, overshadowing Cosby's legacy. Bill Cosby had faced indecent attack charges since the mid-1960s, casting a pall over his public image. Despite these early charges, little significant action was taken, and Cosby maintained considerable popularity. It wasn't until later years that the gravity of the charges became clear, causing a seismic shift in the public's image of the legendary entertainer. Andrea Constance's claims marked a watershed moment in Bill Cosby's life. While indecent attack charges had followed him for decades, Constance's case stood out because it occurred within the statute of limitations, giving it legal weight. Her bravery in coming out was critical since her narrative became the pivotal point in Cosby's downfall. The subsequent judicial proceedings culminated in Cosby receiving a prison sentence of up to 10 years. Andrea Constance's experience was described as a life-changing ordeal for any woman or victim. For the first time, the legal system appeared prepared to hold Cosby accountable for his acts, signaling a watershed moment in the larger cultural reckoning with sexual misbehavior. However, Cosby's prison sentence was shorter than anticipated. Despite serving little under 3 years, a legal technicality resulted in his release. The Supreme Court's unwillingness to hear the case, which centered mostly on state law, hindered the pursuit of justice. The release of Bill Cosby stirred heated public debate and reignited questions about the complexities of the legal system, celebrity privilege, and the difficulties that victims have in obtaining justice. The legal technicality became a focus of criticism, sparking reflection on the complexities of the legal process and how high-profile cases move through the judicial system. The Cosby case represents broader cultural trends in views toward powerful figures accused of indecent behavior. As Bill Cosby's release made headlines and sparked public debate, the case shed light on the difficulties survivors experience while navigating a legal system that frequently fails to provide them with the justice they desire. We hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.